Sometimes, very rarely, in Croatia, you come across a project which is almost absolute perfection. And we're here today in the village of Chepin, just outside of Osijek in Slavonia. And I'm at this 4-star hotel, which is really a 5-star hotel, called Hotel Materra, which takes its name from the Latin mater and the Latin terra, so mother of the land. And this is a quite phenomenal project. So we've been here for the last 2 days team building for Total Croatian News, staying at the hotel. And I don't think I've ever been to a hotel which has this much space, relaxation and communing with nature inside and out. So from the moment I walked into the hotel, the feeling of the hotel, the colours, the vibe, the space, the energy really got straight through to me, and I started just relaxing as soon as we came in. And as you can see, this was the first time I'd ever been to a place in Slavonia and got a welcome that was like this. Hotel Materra is part of a bigger project on an enormous piece of extremely flat land owned by one company which is more famous for making the Dobro meat brand in Osijek. And this particular hotel, we came in, we went to the rooms, and if you look at the room here, you can see just the space, the quality. And then in the morning, I woke up. I've stayed in a lot of hotels this summer. I've had some of the best sea views ever. And then I really haven't had anything like this, where I'm completely at one with nature. And as you can see from this sunrise, it was absolutely spectacular. The one thing that this hotel has, which so many other things in Croatia really need, is privacy, space, isolation, total immersion in nature. And the only neighbours outside of the hotel are nature and silence. And it builds itself as not only a wellness hotel but also a wholeness hotel. And we went to the spa facilities. They have 2,500 square meters of spa facilities. There were a range of saunas. We had some great massages, very good chill out rooms, and look at this sort of jacuzzi and pool with just, again, this incredible view of nature. And wherever you went in this hotel, it was very minimalist in the way it was presented, and you had that timeless feel of connection to nature. And all the team, we felt it completely, and it was extremely relaxing. We came to the food. This is the restaurant on the first night, beautifully presented. This is a hotel which has 45 staff, pretty much all from Osijek. We have 4 returnees, so there are people actually coming back to Croatia to work here. And that was the first night we came here and we stayed in the hotel. And then the next day we went to eat at another part of the project, which is actually opened up a bit early. It's called Slavonia, or Black Pig. And this is a very high quality restaurant which is setting the standards in this part of Croatia. And it opened about 6 years ago, and all the products, or 95% of the products, are sourced locally. All the meat obviously comes from the parent company, Dobro, but they have their own organic farms and they produce their own food. And there's just a range of really high quality food, great service. There's this beautiful place outside, so if you want to sort of dine outside area in the glass, and you're again surrounded by nature, just a really high quality experience. And here we are in Slavonia, which is the Black Pig, which is the original restaurant that opened. And we came here on the second night, and just to give you an idea of the type of food and the quality, we went for 4 starters between us. And here we have veal carpaccio, we have steak tartare, we had guinea fowl pate and snails, all absolutely delicious, really good portions. And the atmosphere in the restaurant was just very convivial, and as a place to come for a meal out on its own is a great experience, worth the journey, but as part of this project, it's just a great addition to the system. And in the morning, we went on to stage 3 of this particular project, and that's medical tourism. We have this Priora clinic, which has 5,500 square meters of space. They specialize in cosmetic surgery and urology, gynecology. There's also dentistry in there. They have a world-famous Professor Ninkovic, who has moved back from Munich. He's one of the most renowned doctors in the world. And actually, while we were here, another part of the project, he was leading the first conference at this location, and there were 180 delegates from all over the world at this medical tourism conference, which was led by Professor Ninkovic. And so they're already getting people. He's an extremely well-respected expert in reconstructive surgery. If you Google him, and people have been Googling, they've been coming from places like Germany and all over this region for treatment. Then we went to another part of the project, which was to the meat production factory where they're producing prosciutto. And we had this fascinating tour looking at some of the most modern equipment in this type of food production. The standards of sanitary were extremely high, and we had a great tour showing how the prosciutto is produced. In total, they have a staggering 165,000 pieces of prosciutto here waiting, and they also have local farms where the black Slavonian pig is reared, and all this makes its way to the table at the restaurants at Materra and also the restaurants at Osijek. So I've heard a lot of people talk about sustainable tourism and talking about from the farm to the table, and these are great slogans. But I think in this particular case, in terms of the food, very much so, this is a unique piece of Croatian tourism where everything's locally sourced, very, very high quality, and the attention to detail, both in the restaurant and the medical tourism facilities in the hotel itself, I thought was absolutely outstanding. One of the big problems with Slavonian tourism is perception. And people think that there is no quality accommodation and there is nothing to see out in the east. And this has been one of the most relaxing weekends of the year, one of the most stimulating and one of the most energizing. And just the atmosphere here is extremely chilled, and people are looking for places to come for a weekend to get away, to detox. This is almost, I feel, outside of Croatia. There are no neighbours, there are no parking issues, there are no arguments with neighbours. This is just you alone with nature. The only thing you hear outside in the evening is silence. And if you're looking to get away and to completely detox, then Materra is an absolutely outstanding addition, as is the complementary things of the restaurants and the medical tourism facilities as well. And now that they have conference facilities, what they're doing here is they're building a self-sustainable tourism little mini project where everything is catered for. And this is already, we were here the first night, we had Herbalife, they had a big group in for team building. Today we have an international conference. As you can see here in the car park, you have all these different registration plates from all over the region, and so people are coming from Zagreb, they're coming from Belgrade, they're coming from Hungary, Slovakia, and it's already beginning to take off. The hotel itself only opened in February this year, as did Priora, the medical tourism facility, and there is a really good energy here, and it's a little part of Croatia that isn't so well known by people at the moment, but it's definitely something that is going to be, I think, one of the shining stars of 2025. And if you're looking for a little team building, if you're looking to do a conference, if you're looking to get away just for a few days for something completely different, then this Materra is an absolute gem. And I've woken up to many, many sea views, but to wake up to a sea of green and total nature and to hear the silence was an absolutely outstanding and quite unique experience for me in Croatia. So we're here, we've been here for 2 nights, 3 days. We're now going back to Zagreb. I've been on the road a lot in the last 3 weeks. I feel completely energized, and it's been an absolute pleasure to come and experience this quite unique facility here in Slavonia. Slavonia is rising. One of the things about Slavonia is it used to be the breadbasket of the region, and this Materra project is really the best thing I've seen in Croatia in terms of reconnecting with the land. And I really wish the people well, and I look forward to seeing this and reporting on it in the future, because I think it really is going to be one of the shining stars.